let's go right into LendRight. It's an interesting concept. Why do you think it's a good time for this campaign, and where did the idea come from?
There are great lenders still left in America. We decided to help customers find those lenders by developing the LendRight Mortgage Seal of Approval.
Just from what I've researched and having you talk about LendRight, it seems that it's kind of a redirection away from negative lending practices.
Right.
Would you say that that's true, and why?
The mortgage industry has failed to deliver a mea culpa to the country. They failed to say they're sorry for their role.
How do you justify companies like those companies all originated billions of dollars in subprime
Right.
or liar loans?
Right.
How exactly are they lending right?
Exactly, that's a great question. And so first I want to say that I do not believe that subprime lending is wrong. I have a unique ability to know every single mortgage company who you mentioned. As I said, I know that they did subprime lending. I know that many Lenders One member companies and LendRight providers have provided subprime lending. Subprime lending in and of itself is not bad, it's not evil. I think that subprime lending is a critical part of the American capital system.
And when you were talking about LendRight, the seal promises that its companies will provide operational integrity.
Right.
So, something that you said.
Right.
There's a gentleman named Mike Larson on your staff.
Right.
And from just some research, some background, seems like he's personally helped set up companies that have originated billions of dollars of subprime and, alternative A loans. How do you associate with someone like Mike and still promise through LendRight ethics and integrity?
Right, that's a great question. And so I want to, can I say something else?
Absolutely.
Is that, sorry.
So do you think, as far as association with Mike Larson and the promise of ethics and integrity, do you back him up in thinking, do you think that he provides that for you guys?
I absolutely do. Mike represents to me everything that's great about mortgage lending.
You've historically worked with Washington Mutual,
Right.
IndyMac, and Nomura.
Yes.
Is that pronounced correctly?
Among others, yes.
Now, Washington Mutual and IndyMac are the largest bank failures.
Correct.
And in the history of the United States.
Absolutely.
And they were heavily engaged in subprime, and I know you've kind of talked about that, and alternative lending.
Right.
Now, understanding the premise of LendRight, can you explain your past association with those firms?
I can absolutely. I would like to explain our past association with firms who participated in subprime lending, alternative A lending, and who also represented some of the biggest bank failures in the mortgage industry. The mortgage industry screwed up. A lot of Harvard MBAs screwed up. A lot of Wharton MBAs screwed up. Rating agencies screwed up. Banks screwed up. Lenders screwed up. I think that our heart was in. I think that our heart was in the right place. I truly do. What are we going to do about it? LendRight is what we're going to do about it.
A lot of critics say that LendRight has its own credibility issues.
Okay.
And how do you respond to that, and what kind of buy-in did you have from your senior leadership here at Lenders One to launch such an aggressive program?
Right. LendRight is being built on the ashes of the worst 5 years in the history of the mortgage industry. The premise of LendRight is not that subprime is bad. One of our great gifts as human beings is the ability to understand our actions and then to respond in ways that ensure that we don't make those same mistakes again. Should I not do anything about it, or should I try and make the world a better place?
Well, I have one last question, and I know, some of these questions have been a little bit, little difficult, and you've handled yourself really well. But my final question, and if you don't want to answer this, you don't have to. I'm just going to throw it out there. But how does it feel to be punked?
Oh, shit. Oh my God.
Sweating?
That is awesome.
We got a few follow-up questions.
Awesome! Awesome!
Open up the shirt.
He's dying on the phone.
That is awesome.
Jane,
Oh, is she on the phone there?
Yeah.
are you pitting?
Oh
Hey,
my
very
God. No,
nice.
I thought I did pretty good.